So welcome back to the channel. This is Endgame Autos. Sun's out, so the power wash is out. It's time to get the car all nice and spick and span ready for the summer. I left it at least a year to wash this, so one of the things I've had to do is get going and get it washed, ready for the summer to come. So we're halfway through that now. We're going to show you some shots from earlier of what it did look like and how it's going to look. But if we take you around it now, one thing I like about this car is that it's got a coating on it that makes it look pretty awesome. And the coating is just so forgiving. It's called a Raptor liner, which is the basic use for it is to be on the back of a truck bed, but someone coined in America that it'd be a good idea to actually coat your entire vehicle in it, and it really does keep the vehicle looking good, protects it from dinks and dents in the car parks, and yeah, it's got a good finish on it. It's a bit weird because when it's sunny like this, it looks sparkly because it's textured, but then when it's overcast it looks all matte black. So let's turn it around and show you what it's looking like just after a bit of a jet wash. Right, so just take you around and I'll show you up close a bit of the texture of it. So as I say, it's pretty textured, looking pretty good. This summer I'm going to be going over with a couple more coatings because I want it to look even more textured. This is nice and you can have it any sort of texture you want to have it, but personally I've got a couple of bits that I want to touch up on it, and when I'm doing that I'm going to sort out the texture and make it that little bit more sort of aggressive looking with the texture. So we're running 20s at the moment with 60s on the tyres. So one of the things we're going to get done today is actually to get it lifted up, get the suspension lifted. We're going to go through that. We're going to get out the diagnostic tool and recalibrate all the settings on the air suspension. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. So as I say, this is literally just a jet wash off. So it was a year's worth of dirt. Yep, it does still look dirty because still got to soap it off, but we'll give you the end result as we're finished. But I just wanted to give you a little look on how sort of easy going this paintwork is and how good it looks with some accessories. So I've got the blacked out reversing lights, got blacked out light clusters at the back. We're going to be uprating all the light clusters eventually, and we've got loads of bits and pieces that I will be doing. As I said before, I've had this for a while. Because of the amount of work I've done on it, a lot of people have said you should really start yourself a channel because it has been a bit of an extensive ride. But so the plan is to take you guys through it, show you the bits that are yet to be done, but also go through the stuff that I've already done and do some instructional videos. So this is my daily, but there are going to be other vehicles on the channel that we're going to go through and use to sort of demonstrate that although yeah, every vehicle is different, it's got different mechanics to it. Some of the bits and pieces are fundamental to just vehicles in general, and then other bits are specific to the vehicle, like individual vehicles. So we're going to run through all those and focusing on using Land Rovers as a base. So right, let's get this fully washed, then we've got to do the interior, and then we're going to do the suspension. Right guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect up this new air suspension module. We're going to do it while the car's off, so that when I turn it on, hopefully it'll be okay with it. But last time it had a bit of a moment, so we'll see what happens. But where these are located, so you have First of all, you have 4 pins going into them, and that's all from all different locations around the car. So the car itself runs off air suspension, as you probably know. If you already own your own Land Rover or any 4x4 that's got air suspension in the first place, it's going to be running off a central location. The main place that this runs off of is in the boot, and then this module here is basically the brain that tells all those other parts of suspension of where it needs to be, what it needs to be doing, and when. And it is active, so even now, even though the car's off, it'll be looking to find a level point. And that's like one of the good things about taking these cars camping as well, is that if you are going to be set up on a hill, on a bit of an incline, decline, one or two tyres up on a curb, your car will find the level point, so you can have like a roof tent and still be level and not feel like you're about to roll down the hill with it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you where these are located. It's a bit of an arse to get to, but all I need to do for now, I don't need to actually change it out. All I need to do is just get to the wiring, plug it in to the new one. If it works, then we'll use it. If it doesn't work, then we'll just unplug it. But as you can see, there's three screw points here, and they're going to be quite difficult to get to. So instead of going through the rigmarole of unscrewing the old one, screwing the new one in, plugging it all in, and then finding out it doesn't work, we're just going to plug it in loosely and then try and reconfigure all the air suspension from there. So we will go into the passenger footwell, and this is why it looks like a bit of a mess, because to get to it, firstly you need to get up the foot plate here that is normally here. Nerf gun, good shot. Get up the foot plate and then the side panel, and then you will need to disconnect this. I won't need to at this stage because I'm not going to be replacing the actual module itself at this stage. All I'm going to be doing is just taking out the wires, which are up in here, and you probably can't see it. So what we'll do is we'll get a light and shine some light on the subject. So just stand by a second. Right, so we've got some light now, and as I said, it's a bit of a pain in the arse to get to, and a bit of a pain in the arse to show you exactly where it is. But what we're looking at is you've got this airbag turn off switch. Just below that is where all the wiring is, and I don't know whether you can quite make out, but it is all there. So what I'm going to do is set you up in a position so that you can see where the wires are coming out, and then just where we're going to reconnect them up. But all these wires that are going here, there and everywhere are actually all the wires that we need to put into the new module. So just bear with me a sec. I'm going to set you up in a position where you can see what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. Right, like I said, it is incredibly difficult to actually show you this without the disconnection and taking the screws out and replacing the actual unit itself. But what I'm going to show you is where those wires are, what wires we need to remove, so that we can then connect up the new one. But as I say, we're only going to do that loosely until we know that the new module works, because it is a pain to get to. I've already removed it once, and it was quite time consuming, so we're going to try and work smart, not hard, on this one. Hi guys, how's it going? All right. So we'll work smart, not hard on this one. These little carers that are going in to see my mother-in-law. Humbly, I don't have a driveway. My mother-in-law allows me to use her driveway to do all this work and to run this channel off of. I've got a workshop in her garden as well, because I live in a flat. plan to have my own drive, my own workshop, and work on all my own cars, but you know, everyone has to start somewhere. So let's crack back on with this. What we've got is these wires. There should be 4 here, so we're going to just disconnect them. They're all on clips. Hopefully you can see that where they're coming from. So we've got 1 there, 2, 3, and then hopefully the last one, 4. So where that module is, as you can see, based on where what this module is showing you, is that it will be sort of that way, and so that way, as in this part facing the outside of the car, and then it's connected by these screws. Well, there'll be some torque screws up there. So what we're going to do is just connect this one, these wires, to this one, and then hopefully we're going to get some noise from the air suspension unit at the back, which is the actual compressor. So we've got 3 out of the 4 in. Once you get the last one in, sometimes you get a bit of a noise. It all depends. No noise. Don't know whether that's a good thing, but we'll crack on and see what happens. So let's go into the actual car itself, and we'll plug in the diagnostic and start recalibrating the suspension. So now that we've got that module in, all we need now is this diagnostic unit, these 4 suspension, I suppose you could call it a lift kit. I wouldn't. All you're telling the car is, can you please just run the suspension a bit higher. It's not actually a lift kit, although it's advertised when you buy them. These are a bit dirty because they have been on already once before, like I said. But personally, I wouldn't call it a lift kit. As I say, all you're doing is just telling the air suspension, that unit, well, actually it needs to be riding a little bit higher, and that could be for many reasons. It could be because you like the look, it could be because you're running a different wheel and tyre setup, and it's best for rubbing and stuff like that, or it's for the fact that you're constantly using it off-road, farm, in the mountains, wherever, where you need the higher floor clearance. So let's get this all wired up and ready to use the diagnostic tool.